In closing, I got to ask you this because this was a debate that was on the internet. So I just want to ask you this.
Okay.
I want to ask you because you was there. You was there. You was a part of it. You was a part of the movement. You was a part of the movement.
Okay.
Does Mr. Collipark consider Soulja Boy to be a legend?
What's up, it's Megan Thee Stallion, a.k.a. Young Tina Snow, a.k.a. the H-Town Hottie, and right now you in the mix with Moran Tha Man.
Hot 107.9, Atlanta's #1 hip-hop station. I am Moran Tha Man, back in full effect, and it's time to chop it up with some amazing people who are out here in the world doing amazing things. And now I'm in the presence of a whole entire Atlanta legend, a whole entire Atlanta GOAT, somebody who's definitely put on for the South Side, my side of town. And we're in the presence of somebody who's clearly on the come up with him. Why don't y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves to the people?
I'm Mr. Colipark, formerly known as DJ Smurf.
Hey.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Mike Clark Jr.
You too tall to be a junior, my boy.
Definitely a junior.
For sure. So on the scale from 1 to 10, how the both of y'all feeling?
10.
Man, I'm great, man. We almost at the end of this 50 years, so I'm feeling real good. It's been a good year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we saw that you popped out at the Falcons game, too.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was a whole experience right there.
I'm just glad that we took that W.
That was like Right.
Can't lose to the Saints, bro.
You should have heard the conversations before the game. Like, it's going to be a disaster if we lose that game.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, man, it was like a class reunion out there, seeing a lot of artists and friends that I hadn't seen in a long time. So it was a good experience.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
So, yes, you are the world famous Mr. Collipark, a.k.a. DJ Smurf.
Yeah.
You have definitely been somebody who's been putting on for the culture, putting on different artists, putting on new people. I feel like you've always been unapologetically just bold to put us on the different stuff. You know what I'm saying? From, working with Yin Yang to Soulja Boy, Hurricane Chris.
Right.
So how does it make you feel to be here in this point, in this space?
As long as I got something new, I'm always feeling good, and I got something new. So I'm in line with what I'm known for, which is now I'm on some Southern Soul stuff with Mike Clark Jr. So that's the next. Put y'all up on that now.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Mike Clark Jr. So I would like to ask you, how does Mr. Collipark feel about reinvention and just staying true to his vision? Because, you started off as DJ Smurf.
Right.
You could have stayed in that lane.
Right.
But, for whatever reason, you decided to switch it up. So
it's a young man's game, and you got to stay fresh, man. It's evolution. You know what I mean? I started out as a DJ, became a producer, a record person. Well, let me back up. I made 4 albums as a DJ / artist / rapper, which I never considered myself a rapper. But so I made 4 albums as an artist, and then I got my own label. So you have to evolve to stay relevant in this business. So that's the route I took. Yeah. So and it spans across a couple of decades. So yeah, I'm blessed, man.
Very true, very true. How does Mr. Collipark look for talent? Like, is it a scenario?
I really don't. To be honest with you, the talent that's worked for me has kind of it's been divine intervention. You know what I mean? It just finds me like that. I feel like what's meant for me comes my way. You know what I mean? And I'm never desperate for any artist that I wind up working with over time. That's why when I stop working with artists, I don't want to work with anybody who don't want to work with me. I really feel like what's meant for me is meant for me. So I don't really look for artists. It's like we just brought together some kind of way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So how did the two of y'all come together? Because, I can feel his energy pause. Dude, like he came through, like he's just very energetic, but he's very young. Like he's very of this era.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How did this come? How did this come together?
Well, it's funny, man, because I've been sitting back for a few years now. Just because I'm not excited about what's going on in rap no more. That's not to talk down on it. It's just I've been doing it for so long. To me, it just feels like everything that we've already done is just being repackaged and redone now. So it don't really excite me. So now I'm a little older now than I was when I had Soulja Boy and Yin Yang Twins. So what I listen to and what I vibe with, how I kick it is a little more mature now. So it's a new genre of music down south, Macon, Mississippi, Alabama, you know what I mean, the Carolinas, called Southern Soul.
Okay.
And it's a form of mature R&B. You know what I mean? And most people would know the sound through King George, Keep On Rolling. That's probably the most popular song that's out. Cupid, who did the Cupid Shuffle, is in that genre as well. So most of the artists are a little older. So in comes this 19-year-old
Right.
with a voice of a grown man doing Southern Soul. And I just felt like that's what that genre has been missing, because if you go to where they listen to it, it's all ages. You know, it's not just older people.
Right.
How the music is very mature sounding.
It's for everybody.
Right, it's for everybody. So, but then when I ran into Mike, who looked like a rapper,
Yeah.
but he sings like
Looking like Big Boogie. What's his name? Big Boogie from CLG. You look like his cousin, man. You look like his cousin.
right. So, but when you hear him sing, to me, I got chills when I heard him and saw him. It's the package of it that, you know, it's something unique, and I want to be a part of that.
Well, here we are, Mike. Talk to the people, man. You here with Mr. Colipark. You here with a legend, man.
For sure.
You're only 19.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the Nintendo 64 is older than you. You know what I'm saying? You're only 19. Talk to us about your upbringing. How did you step into this, man?
So back in February, I started, you know what I'm saying, doing shows and opening up.
Okay.
I did Tennessee Whiskey, and I found out, like, I could really, really sing, and I just started taking off, and from February up until now, it's just been amazing for me.
Talk to us about that. How did you find out you can sing?
So I've been singing all my life, right? Me, my mom, my dad, my sister, all of us sing. And my mom used to like lead the choir and stuff at church, and it just all played a part of it. I started doing it with my mom, and hey,
yeah.
I mean, I ain't really just find out I could sing. It was kind of like a gift.
Yeah.
And so
it's music.
Divine.
Yeah, divine. Absolutely.
Divine.
Sound like some Southern stuff.
Yeah.
So when it comes to just doing this, is music something that you've always wanted to do? Like,
I always wanted to play football. I just knew I was going to be a D1 football player. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen me being an artist, but you know, God said otherwise.
This is true. True statement. So how does it feel for you to be able to work alongside somebody like Mr. Colipark?
It feels real good to work with Mr. Colipark, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning day by day, but everything he's taught me, I'm taking it in and just going day by day with it.
So you understand who you're working with?
I understand.
Like,
I know.
This is the guy. This is the guy. You know, like what do you know? Break it down. What do you know as far as you know?
Shout out to Mr. Colipark for one. You know what I'm saying? Being that I did my research on him. My bad.
It's okay, bro. You good. You finna break down.
right.
Mama, baby.
Did all the good work he did with Soulja Boy and Yin Yang and all those guys, man. It just, I'm ready to see how big I can get with it as well. So
yeah,
I mean, yeah.
You know what's crazy when I bring something to the table, like Soulja Boy, for instance.
Absolutely.
I had never heard of him before, but after I signed him, I found out that he had come across other labels before me, and it was just different at the time, and a lot of people didn't want to take a chance on it. You know what I mean? But then when I put it out, everybody was like, "Oh, I could have had him first. I saw him first." Well, you should have had him first.
Absolutely.
Because it's not easy when you bring something new to the table. You know what I mean? And with Southern Soul, it reminds me of the crunk music era.
Crunk music,
in the sense that before it popped, it was just in the streets.
That part. So you talk about as far as like where it is.
It wasn't exposed.
Not the sound. The
right.
Yeah,
the potential of it. It wasn't exposed. It was just something that was dear to the South.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was part of that going up to New York and wasn't nobody checking for us, or going to other parts of the country before people knew who John, Yin Yang, and the Young Bloods were. You know what I mean? So to see it go from underground to commercial with Get Low, that was the song that took it to the mainstream. And I was, you know, we were a part of that. So I feel like Southern Soul, for as much as it's bubbling, people still don't know. Even people here still don't know. But when they hear some of the songs, they be like, "Oh, that's what you're talking about." Yeah. I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I'm talking about."
But the thing is, Mr. Colipark, we just got to keep it real. Like, you being real humble right now. But I think it's safe to say, like, you really got to the party early a lot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
How does it make you feel to be a part of just all these ways? Because, I mean, you know, the crunk movement wasn't just a movement. Like,
right.
You know, Dave Chappelle made a skit about it, and people still talking about it.
Right.
You know, it's
right. I mean, when it's of who we are as a people, and I'm gonna go a little deeper than just music.
Let's do it.
It's real cultural of how and who we are as blacks, black people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you look at crunk music, that's who we were at the time in the South. That's how we congregated and rocked on the weekends.
Yeah.
Southern Soul is the same thing. When I'm in that environment, I feel the same way. I feel that same energy. It's no violence.
Make it 1 to 2 step.
Hey.
Right.
So Mike is basically telling us we about to be dancing again.
Right.
Because I feel like as of right now, you know, we've been seeing the conversations about hip hop.
Right.
People getting tired of spinning the block.
Right.
People want to feel good and have fun again.
Right, and when you package Southern Soul the way that he's done it, because he's 19, but he's singing it from a 19-year-old's perspective. Mm-hmm. The single is called Auntie Outside.
Auntie Outside.
So, you know.
For Christmas.
So it kind of speaks for itself. And when you hear it, it's like, okay, everybody can relate to this. Mm-hmm. From our culture, when you hear it, even if you never heard it before, it's gonna touch you in a certain kind of way. And that's how our music always does when it's done right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's done right.
So what are some goals you got, Mike? Like, what are some things that you want to do as far as like music is concerned? Like,
I want to be able to make BET and get a Grammy Award for one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it's all about growth. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. It's been about 6 or 7 months so far, so get about 6 more, man.
Yeah, you look like you about to start dancing now, bro.
I mean, it give you. I'm a real positive person, so that played a lot of part of it. But I want to do this right here. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
It's time to do it. She done dropped all them kids. Her last shit poppin', she done slayed a wig. Auntie outside tonight. Yeah, Auntie outside tonight. Oh. That's what it is.
Oh, man.
No auto-tune.
No auto. So I actually got the chance to check out your skit that you did with Country Wayne. What was it like for you working with him? Talk about that.
Man, it was amazing, man. Time Country Wayne bit in that corner. I was like, man, I don't know I'm finna be laughing the whole time here.
For sure. So, like, being country yourself,
yeah.
Like, how does it feel for you to be able to link up with somebody like that? Because
I think it felt real good because I also had the opportunity to bring my mom with me and show her a little of what I do on the outside of it. So for her to see me work like that and for it to be with Country Wayne was amazing. And hoping to do work with him real soon again.
Dope. So, Auntie Outside, I definitely can relate to the message. Definitely can relate to the sentiment. We all walked past a bad auntie before.
Yeah.
Especially
we love them.
Yes.
We love them.
Yes.
Love the older women.
Rumor has it that you got the remix coming, though. Auntie Outside for Christmas.
Shouts out to Hanky.
Shout out to Mr. Hanky.
Mr. Hanky.
Talk to us about it, man.
Christmas mix, Auntie Outside. It is on all platforms, right? YouTube.
Not yet. You can get the video is up, so we working on getting it out.
Okay.
But in today's time, they can find it.
For sure.
Yeah.
It is on YouTube though. Auntie Outside remix.
Yeah, for sure. Talk to us about the inspiration behind Auntie Outside though. Like,
I mean, like you just said, you see bad aunties every day. Don't you? You just had to put it in the song, but you know what I'm saying. When we made it. It was summertime, really, and everybody was outside. But I've always liked older women, like growing up, and so I had to make a song about it.
Yeah. One thing that I can't say about your vibe, Mike, is like you don't look like how you sound.
Okay.
And I think that's really gonna help you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I really feel like you one of these type of like you knew you fresh to it, but once people start to get hip to it, I don't know if people gonna be ready, man. I don't know if people gonna be ready. Which leads me to this, Mr. Colipark, because again, you said that you've always been somebody that's been willing to take chances on artists, right? So how does it feel for you when you're right in the end? Because, when Soulja Boy was moving around, I was young, I was a kid, and now we see that he's become what he's become.
Right.
So
to speak on Soulja and that movement, because I was coming out of the yin yang, the crunk, and all of that, and it felt kind of the same in the sense that people didn't believe. And there was a lot of industry folks talking a lot of stuff. And they didn't know I knew. I was hearing. I had people, I had little moles everywhere. Yeah. So I had a chip on my shoulder. When his first week sales came back, a lot of people lost money. They was betting against me. You know what I mean? And but I felt then how I feel now was just time for a shift. Yeah. Everybody feels now there's a time for a shift, but they still looking in the same places.
Right.
They still looking at rap.
Right.
They still looking at traditional R&B. They still looking in the same places for something new. Right. And I just feel like we had a different I don't know if we've ever been here before. I know I felt the need for a change before, but I've never felt this before. It feels like there's nothing else to be said. There's nothing else to be brought to the table. There's nothing fresh. I was telling somebody this the other day, listening to some of these albums, I won't say no names, listening to some of these albums from artists that have been around for a while that you like, you love. But listening to them, it's like, okay, how many times are we going to hear this? You can't even present it in a different way no more. So where do we go from now? I'll ask you, where do we go?
I think you're in the right space. It's about looking at different places and also tapping into the people who are younger because the young people know what's cool.
Right.
Period. Like the young people, like the people who, when Soulja Boy was popping, we knew Soulja Boy was popping.
So let's take Sexy Red. She's one of the hottest artists out right now. So even with Sexy Red, she's a new artist, but I've heard this before.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You've heard this, but
so let me give you another example.
Yeah.
So like, let's just pick somebody else from a different era. Because I think rap was newer back then, so we can't act like it's all the same.
Right.
But when Outkast came out, we heard something we had never heard before.
Facts.
When Luda came out, we heard something we had never heard before. When Busta came out,
Facts.
we heard something we had never heard before. How many times have you said that in the last year?
In the last year, unfortunately, I've said it, but not with rappers. I've said it though.
There you go.
I've said it though.
But not with rappers.
Not with rappers.
Right. That's my point though. So if we're gonna keep looking at rap for something new, then I don't know, man. I don't know if we're gonna find it there.
Yeah.
That's not to talk down on rap. I just think we all want something else. We all want something new right now, and that's why Auntie outside.
And that's why Mr. Collipark, the man that gave us Hurricane Chris, all these people who was new, he about to do it again, man.
Yeah. Yes,
so,
sir.
in closing, I got to ask you this because this was a debate that was on the internet. So I just want to ask you this.
Okay.
I want to ask you because you was there. You was there. You was a part of it. You was a part of the movement. You was a part of the movement.
Okay.
Does Mr. Collipark consider Soulja Boy to be a legend?
Of course. Most definitely. He goes down top something. I won't put a number on it, but he ushered in everything that we know about the music business now. So even beyond just the music, the marketing of it, how we find artists, all that started with him. You know what I mean? So I don't know how you don't, when they did one of those first 50-year tributes somewhere and they had, I won't say no artists, but I saw some of the artists that they had and I'm like, how do you have this guy but don't have that guy? There's no way you don't have Soulja ushering in what we know now about music. He ushered this in. So if you take that into consideration, he's definitely a legend.
Yeah. And I agree with you.
Yeah.
I 110,000% agree with you. Shout out to Big Draco. Congratulations to y'all.
Thank you.
Keep doing y'all thing. So, you know, just talk to the city. Closing marks, starting with you, Mike. Give the city some game. Give us some advice. Because you next up, man.
Social media platforms. Facebook is Mike Clark Jr. My Instagram is official_Mike Clark Jr. And I just want the world to know y'all going to know me soon. We about to change the music up again, man. So y'all get ready. You know what I'm saying?
Can't wait. What you got for him, Mr. Collipark?
I try to I try to discourage people, the people who don't really love this from doing this. So if you don't love this for the music aspect, do something else. In closing.
For sure. Well, congratulations to the both of y'all. Keep on rocking. Get the city of social media. All that and then some.
Collipark, let's go. That's it.
All right.
Ooh, Moran Tha Man, stop playing with that boy.